First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. They had no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Rose. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Throws. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 10 more there and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They're going to look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27. They'll run on 1st down. It's Rose, and he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. He'll try again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Back to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On second down, it's Rose. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one's for lack of it. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and goal. Looking to throw. And now the ball comes loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's to the 10. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Play after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're putting two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out there, set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Oh, he'll let that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Let's go now.
So a failure to connect on second down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Come on.
Still a few inches short of the first down as they come up now on second down. On the ground, they go with Young. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
He'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job here by the coverage, understanding the very high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make the play enough, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. McPherson's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
A little juke, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Rose. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead out to 17-3. So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ballgame, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, you're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
That's on the throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I guarantee they approach this play with the idea of making it ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving them. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. And he will be blocked out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, They've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 18-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Rose. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Montez Sweat with a tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown there to make the grab. And the Lions are looking good here in the season openers. They're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having mean, grab their staffs at halftime and say, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And
it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after he saw the first turnover, he worried that things would snowball. They certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
And the Lions are going to be set up for the 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
On 1st down, it's Rose, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brandon Ayuk.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Ready, break.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Warrior 70.
They'll set up a throw. That's complete to his receiver, McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well.
Let's go now.
They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts it up.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Juju Smith-Schuster from 17 yards out. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It has been quite a display here in the opening game of the new season. And really, they're putting the rest of the NFL on notice. They are going to be title contenders as now they look to finish things off in the fourth quarter. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 3rd down, Rose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Lions are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 27 yards there, a first down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
60 bucks, yeah, 60 bucks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw again. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. And remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin from 13 yards out. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open the season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
2nd and 2. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He'll drop to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Cut 19, cut 19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way.